Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here to talk about Wrestlekingdom. We had to go to a part 2, but our guest should be right back with us. We are not done, ladies and gentlemen. We are still talking about DPW Wrestlekingdom 3. It has been most impressive. I had did that live there so that could save up space for the download. And we are all ready for when our guest arrives again. Welcome back, Mythic. Hello, sir. We await Mr. Davis. Hello, sir.
What's going on, sir?
We are back for part 2, and what a beauty it is that this band shows up first, because it's actually about a match that we were talking about, Mythic versus Chambers, with Mythic walking out victorious.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Oh, for sure.
All right, there we go. Now I had to connect my headphones. Yeah. So, as I said, Mr. Mythic blew up my office asking about why isn't he on the card? I said he was on the card. He was just too drunk to see it, and he said, "Oh, okay." And then he blew up the arena trying to get to his match. Typical Mythic stuff.
Hey, I mean, he came out, and he walked out. He came, he saw, he conquered. Wasn't as long as the other matches, but it was a match on Wrestle Kingdom for a reason.
I
remember when you announced the match being made as well.
I tell people all the time, if you're gonna get into the ring with Mythic, know who you're getting into the ring with. He's not a person that's gonna make the match go long. If you want to make the match go long, you don't win a match with Mythic. You survive the match with Mythic. If you happen to beat him, and there is a very short list of people who can say that, you did something. You did something. You did. And, you know, the fact that, like, and I'm not going to be honest, I honestly thought Chambers had a chance. Chambers is a no-nonsense guy. He's a guy that, knows what he's doing. He's been around the business for a very long time. I've known him in the other promotions that we were in. He's a dangerous man. However, I always tell people that Mythic is a totally different creature. So when I tell people, when I ask people when they want to match with them, are you sure you want that match with them? That's what I ask.
Send me an invite, Akane, if you want to join in. I'll try to accept it if Messenger will let.
You have one more left. Yes. Right on. I got one more left. All right. But at the end of the day, Mythic walked in and he walked out. That's the only thing I can say.
Indeed. He came, he saw, he conquered, and if you want to join in, Akane, all you need to do is send me an invite, if Messenger will let you. But that match was done and then came up was a match that you and I talked about at the outset of this that you said was your personal favorite, was a triple threat between the challenger Travell, challenger Pat G, and the champion Jack Graves, with Jack Graves retaining.
So, like I said, that match was supposed to be Pat G versus Travell Daniels for the International Championship. However, Jack Graves has beaten the number one contender not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Indeed.
So then Travell got a win over Jack Graves, which gave Travell, in my opinion, an opportunity for the Deathmatch Championship. However, he already had an opportunity for the International Championship. I went to Jack. I said, Jack, why don't we throw you in that match and make it a winner-take-all? He said, you know what, boss? Fuck them. I'll kill them both. No problem. I'll put him in that match. Never, never, never. Y'all better look at the fine print when y'all see Jack Graves or any Graves person as your opponent. Y'all better think about that match before y'all take it. That's all I gotta say. Because Jack came in and Jack conquered and Jack walked out with 2 titles. And to me, like he would say, that is what the Annihilation Society does.
Yes, Annihilation Society consists of Jack Graves, the dog Rob Anderson in Cuba, a relatively new star, but they have definitely made a name and made a stake immediately in their debut anywhere, just like because of the 2 people alone, and then they have Cuba, this up and coming star, makes you wonder what will happen going forward with Annihilation Society.
Makes you wonder who else is going to join the Annihilation Society.
Indeed. If they will be allowing any more members, that remains to be seen.
I got somebody that they would be interested in.
Ooh.
And it's not the person you thinking either.
I don't think you
God
know who
damn it.
I wasn't even thinking of anybody. I was just like, I don't even know who it could be, so I don't even know what you're talking about. All I was saying was, ooh.
Hey, whatever they do, it's what's best for business.
Hey, it's their choice. Next,
absolutely. But congratulations to Mr. Jack Graves. He did a hell of a job that night. Like I said, everybody came out and showed out, and Jack is proving why the Graves people are the ones you do not mess with.
I'm surprised you didn't have Britt on the card.
Britt is on a different show.
I know, but still, Jack and Britt. I'm just kidding. Freaking. Next up was your Money in the Bank matchup, which was actually a chamber.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Welcome, Johnny.
Oh, there we go.
3 makes a faction. I thought that made a stable.
So, you talking about the women's or the men's?
I was responding to what Mythic said. He said 3 makes a faction. I thought that made a stable.
I thought it was that too. I thought it was a stable when you have 3 people.
Yeah. And I thought a faction was 4. But anyways, was your Money in the Bank, but it wasn't Money in the Bank, it was a chamber match instead.
So
it said
the King and Queen of the Mountain matches, yes. I try to do something different with them. They don't necessarily have to be a ladder match. They could be whatever match that fits the situation. So I felt like doing a elimination chamber because I ran ladder matches on 25 and they're ass. So I figured I'm just being honest.
I know you are. I understand.
Doing it as an elimination chamber kind of made it meaningful. That means you had to really earn that shit. And we all saw who won it.
Exactly. And that was Miss Chanel, Baltimore.
Miss Chanel, Baltimore. So Kaiba and Chanel, Baltimore have an extended, violent friendship, violent history. There was a time
where like Chanel and Alexa.
Well, there was a time where Kaiba got injured and was out for a very extended period of time, and Frost picked up Baltimore as his right hand. And, Baltimore and Frost ran the Venom Club for a little bit. And then Baltimore disappeared. When she disappeared, I had to bring, personal reasons or whatever. We all got real life stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I had to do an audible, which I brought back Kaiba too early than what I wanted to, and had to change the storyline around a little bit. And, they had their matches, one off and one on and whatever. So for them to be facing off again, this time for the championship, Chanel Baltimore has been with Dragon Pro for 3 years, and she's always came close to winning that championship, but she's never won it. She's won victories. She has victories over Kaiba, so it's not like she can't get the job done. It was more of she has that title shot, personal stuff happens, she's got to step away. I got to pull an audible. So, now it's, they got their match. They can finally settle things. It will be at Bring the Violence pay-per-view, and it's going to be, I feel like that's going to be a crazy match. Like, people are interested to see certain women wrestle each other, like for instance with Alexa and Kaiba. That would be a great match. Alexa versus Baltimore, that is a great match. Alexa and Kaiba, that is a great match. Now, imagine if you put all three of them in that match. You never know what might happen. So, I always say, keep an eye out, stay tuned, because you never know. But right now, set in stone, you have Chanel Baltimore versus Kaiba for the Queen of Dragons. And that's going to be a crazy match.
Indeed, most indeed. I can't wait for it. And welcome, Mr. Woods. Hello, sir.
What's going on, Mr. Woods?
And I think we should also give a shout out to the other women that were in that match with Chanel, like Becca Goldman, Kendall Morgan, Sonia Kong, Adrian Blackwell, Olivia Torres.
Now, Sonia Kong, I'm surprised she didn't win that match, because she was my favorite.
Oh,
she was my favorite to walk in and walk out. Now, here's the thing about that, about those King of the Mountain and Queen of the Mountain briefcase. You got to defend those like regular titles if somebody decides to challenge you for them. So I was informed that Sonia Kong has challenged Chanel Baltimore for her Queen of the Mountain briefcase, and that match will take place this Sunday on Nitro. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what's best for business.
Most indeed. And is AJ Woods talking to you?
I'm not even looking at my phone.
Oh, he said nothing much. By the way, did you see our match on Global Impact?
Yeah.
Was that you?
I was at work. I saw the end of it. Yeah, he tapped Frost out. It was a good match. Like, it was a damn good match. I lasted longer than I thought I would. And like I said, there's certain people that I know when Frost gets in the ring with, he struggles with. And AJ Woods is one of the people that he struggles with. Sometimes he wins, a lot of times he loses. And this was no different. So, like, I give AJ Woods all the credit in the world. He is a great competitor. We went the distance. It wasn't no little sloppy match. So I'm good with that, as long as we put on a good show and, we made it happen. We made it happen. I think I kind of feel like Frost kind of fucked up a few times in that match, but I want to say 75% of that match, AJ was whooping Frost's ass like he owed him money. I mean,
most indeed. It was a good match, though, from both of them.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? I give AJ Woods the utmost respect. He is a great call creator, and he builds his guys. AJ, he builds Rose, he builds them great. And like I said, Frost and Kyla struggle with them too every so often, but it's not a one-sided fight. It's never a one-sided fight. It's always we bring the pain. Sometimes it's good enough, sometimes it isn't. And the last time they fought on Impact, hey man, it wasn't. The better man won. But it ain't over between us. He knows that. It ain't over between us. We're gonna meet, and we're gonna continue to meet.
Most indeed, and we hope to see your guys' epic saga continues as we move on to the Asylum Championship. And there was a reason I tagged both of these men, because they were both in this matchup. It was the champion Wes Grimm versus Tyson Storm, with Wes retaining.
I would for them two to come up and talk about their match, because let me tell you about this match. Tyson Storm just happened to join a Dragon Pro show and asked to join Dragon Pro. I didn't even know who the fuck he was, but apparently him and Wes knew each other, and they said something about maybe this time they can have a match. So it made me think that they never had a match together before. So I did my research and I looked, and they never had a match together before. So I let Wes choose his opponent for Wrestle Kingdom, and he chose Tyson Storm. And you know what? I gave Tyson Storm a lot of showtime because I wanted to see I know what my brother Wes can do. That's the underboss of the Venom Club. That's my lieutenant right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about Wes. Ever since Wes came in, Wes has been holding it down for the Venom Club. And, you know, I'm just speaking as Sauce now. I don't have nothing to worry about when it comes to Sauce, when it comes to Wes. I can disappear for a while, and I know for a fact Wes is going to hold it down for the club, just like everybody else. And he proved that by defending that Asylum title. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And, defending it against Tyson Storm. Now, I don't know like I said, I didn't know too much about Tyson Storm, but I've seen him around in a lot of different leagues, and I've seen all his matches. And Tyson Storm is somebody you want on your roster. So for him to come in and be exclusive to Nitro, because I signed him to Nitro, was best for business. And when Wes saw that Tyson Storm was coming over here, he requested that match. Who am I to say no? I got to give the fans what they want. That was best for business. And Wes proved that the underboss, you see how he came out with the hat on, with the suit on? Come on now.
Yeah.
Wes is gonna be that is another person that's going to be King of the Dragon champion eventually. I have high hopes for a lot of the new talent, the recent talent, and the old talent for 25.
Oh, yeah. And that Tyson Storm and Wes Grimm are both very talented competitors, and they are both monsters. And like you said, the names speak for themselves. And all I just see are classics to be made, and I don't think this is going to be the only encounter in DPW between the two.
Absolutely. I do not. I don't see that being though. Wes is still. Tyson is still in that Asylum division. Last time I looked, he was ranked number 1. I don't know. I have to look again because I'm gonna start posting the division standing soon. But if he's still ranked number 1, it's only a matter of time.
Most indeed, sir. Most indeed. And we hope to see them face off again as we move on to what we were talking about earlier, the men's King of the Mountain match. But this one was run by Ricky Otunga.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say about this match. Everybody in this match deserved to walk out with that briefcase. Everybody deserved to be in that match. You got MX Goldman, who's been in every King of the Mountain match. He's been in every one of them. He's won 2 of them. To be in that match, no one can take that away from him. To me, that is, I want to say, like, legendary in itself. Then you got, damn, I forgot who was in that match.
So we had Ricky Otunga, Billy D, John Robb, Shane Leon, MX Goldman, and Lewis West.
Okay, so so now I know who then I can know. So Lewis West, another guy who's been here for a minute. Lewis has been, trying to find his place where he needs to be and stuff like that. And, him winning the qualifying match to get into that chamber was only fitting. Then you got John Robb, another guy John Robb is like a 2-time international champion. He's a former television champion, a former internet champion. Him being in that match, made sense. Because that was a hard one to call because anybody could have won that match. And then you got Ricky Otunga. Ricky Otunga is a rookie. Now his rookie, he's beaten former champions in all his matches. So for him to win that briefcase, it was only I kind of figured like he was going to choose Briggs because Henry Briggs had a 1-on-1. He beat Briggs in a non-title. Then for the title, Briggs just like I don't want to say destroyed him, but he took him to the woodshed quite a few times. So like it was kind of to me when he came into my office and he was like, "I'm cashing in, but I'm cashing in for the South American Championship." It kind of made me question why he didn't want to go back after Briggs. Maybe because he thinks that he can't beat Briggs, or maybe he believes that Frost is in that weakened state that he could take that title from him. You never know.
Exactly, the unpredictability, and we'll be seeing what Ricky has in store as he has the briefcase at hand now.
Absolutely.
And speaking of Briggs, he's actually up in the next matchup where he defended his King of the Dragons championship against Shockwave, and Briggs came out victorious.
When that title is on the line, I've said it time and time again. Y'all can get little wins over Briggs in non-title matches. Y'all can get little win matches against Briggs on the house show and stuff like that. But when it comes to that title being on the line, and when Briggs knows that he's got there's a chance that he's not going to walk out with that title, he's going to whoop your ass. And Shockwave did exactly what he said he was going to do. He won the Mexico City Rumble match. He said he was going to come after the title. He made a lot of bold predictions, but at the end of the day, the beast just was too much. I don't see this being the end for them two. However, I don't see Shockwave challenging right away.
They shall have more future sagas in the future, but I think right now they may have different agendas in mind.
Absolutely. Because to me, I kind of felt like Briggs losing the KCW title, because if you watch our intro, Briggs walks out with both titles. So
indeed,
him losing one of those, major titles that he held dear, I kind of felt like if he lost both titles back to back, that would really he had something to prove, and he proved it. And he proved it. Don't come knocking on this door if you don't want this smoke. That's what he proved.
When you knock on the devil's door long enough, somebody will answer.
And it might not be the person you want to answer.
Exactly. You have a lot of things to regret.
Absolutely.
And that just set up the tone for the co-main event of the night. The Queen of the Dragons, Kaiva Frost versus Akira Frost, with Kaiva walking away victorious.
I really, really did not want to do that match. I really was hoping that somebody would challenge Kaiva for her spot. Somebody would, make a claim about being in that match. Nobody said nothing, so I had no choice but to run that, which is correct. Whoever wins the Rumble matches, they are guaranteed a one-on-one match. I understand that. Now, Kaiva was number one contender. Akira, I did not expect her to beat Emma Stone. I thought that her beating Emma, I'm just going to call her like it is. It was a fluke win. It was a win that I didn't think that was going to happen, but it happened. And she walked in against a veteran someone that knows everything. Like she learned from Frost and Tyler. So her walking into that match, she knew what she was walking into. And the fact that she didn't win, it didn't bruise her ego. It just kind of made it known that she needs more work. It didn't
And
bruise her
sometimes
ego
that's what's
much.
best. Sometimes everybody just needs a little bit of an improvement at times, you know?
Absolutely. And Kyla just proved that once again that if she wants something, she's gonna get it, whether people like it or not. And now that she's on top of the mountain again, we're gonna see who's gonna be willing to step up and try to knock her off that mountain. She's been on that mountain 3 times already, 4 times actually. So we're gonna see who's gonna take her off, who's gonna knock her off that mountain. Baltimore
And
has
Kaiba lays down for nobody.
absolutely. Baltimore has the best chance out of everybody right now. She is that queen of the mountain, a briefcase holder. She's already decided that she's gonna cash in at the Bring Violence pay-per-view. So that's gonna be I like to call them a train wreck. That's gonna be a train wreck waiting to happen.
Most indeed, sir. Most indeed. And I can't wait to see it. We're going to see many of wars to come. And this card, going through this with you, has been incredible, especially as we approach the match that I know that everybody was anticipated for, the main event.
The main event, yes.
Which I actually have 5 questions for you.
Oh, snap. Let's do it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, to go make clear what this match was, this was a main event for both the South American Championship of DPW and the IWA US Championship. The IWA US Champion Leo Blade versus the DPW South American Champion CJ Frost in a last man standing. And the stipulation was, if Leo Blade lost, he could no longer challenge Frost for the title, the DPW South American Championship, as long as he's champion. Now, I have 5 questions that I think everybody would like to know. I personally would like to know, and I'm here very interested to hear your answers. The first question, can you take us through your thought process during the last man standing match against Leo Blade?
So let me start off by saying this. The last man standing match, like we said earlier, these two are great at Iron Man matches. They have won Iron Man matches. Frost, I can't say for Leo, but I can say for Frost. Frost has only lost 2 Iron Man matches out of 9. That's 9 recent ones. Leo, the match coming up between Leo and Frost had to be settled in a spectacle kind of way. Like, we all know that they can do the distance with Iron Man. We all know that they are submission specialists. We both know that they have devastating finisher moves. But who can keep cool down for the count of 10? And I will say this right now. I don't care. Y'all can go back and watch that match 30 times. That motherfucking referee counted 10 3 times. I felt like she went past 10 3 or 4 times during that match. Like, I don't know if it was like, because I looked at it, I'm like, this ain't no 20 count. Like, what is she doing? And to me, it looked like it was, she was going past that. However, regardless of that, that match was insane. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It set the tone for the next few months in Dragon Pro. It set the tone for who thinks that they're going to kind of take that South American title off of Frost. It also put in where does this go from, where does Leo Blade go from here? 2 of those answers I already answered earlier in the night. Leo is going to the King of Dragons division. Frost has to defend the South American title against Ricky Otunga. So they have separate paths. However, it's not over between them. It really isn't.
And you guys are also tag champions.
Absolutely. That also plays into another thing because now they have to coexist as tag team champions. How long can they go as tag team champions? A lot of people thinking that we're going to lose them at the next pay-per-view. A lot of people think that I'm not even going to show up or he's not going to show up. You know, one of us is going to end up having to defend them titles one-on-one, one-on-two. That could possibly happen. Ross already said, as long as Leo keeps his end of the bargain, Ross has no problems with defending them titles. Regardless of who his partner is, he's going to defend those tag team titles. And I know Leo is not going to want to lose anything that makes him relevant. And those tag team titles make him relevant.
You guys both are talented competitors, and freaking you guys are going to continue to thrive here separately or together. And what a match it was at Wrestle Kingdom. I still had to go rewatch it, the whole show. It was that much of a spectacle. And my next question, the match was incredibly intense with both of you giving it your all. That was what was going through your mind when you finally managed to take down Leo Blade?
I kind of felt like it was a long time coming. He beat me in his debut ever stepping into a wrestling ring. We had a mixed tag team championship, a mixed tag team match where the ladies didn't even let us tag in. You know, they kind of took their own path. So
yeah,
we had matches in IWA, just like you said. So, you know, this right here was something that was a long time coming. It could have went either way. Both of them had a lot to prove, and now going into the future, when they come back around again, now who has more to prove? Now who needs this match more? You know, who has more to gain? Who has more to lose in this match? I've already beaten Leo once, so the next time around, it's, you know, do or die kind of deal. And I like that name. I think I'm going to use that for a pay-per-view. Do or die.
Well, there is a do or die championship in IWA, so I mean, how fitting.
Okay, maybe I might change that. I didn't know they used it.
But he has a title called the Do or Die Championship, so hey, you could win that.
We'll see what happens. You know, I'm going to say this one time, and you know, I agree. Like I said earlier, you know, and I've been told Mighty the same thing. I agree, and I respect his decision to retire the championship. That's why when he said I can retire it or I can keep it going, I felt like me personally, I felt like that would be too many titles for him to keep track of. So the fact of me retiring that championship was fitting. Like, I like that. The thing here's the thing I don't like, and I'm just gonna say it. Leo lost. You lost. You should have nothing. For them to hand you another title, boo. You lost. You shouldn't even be champion. I should have that title. I'm just speaking of Frost now. I should have that title. I beat you. I don't care what title name is on there. I should be the champion. not him. He put the title up and he lost. So the fact that he gets a new title really rubs me the wrong way. I should be that champion, not him. I should be in that contenders. If I'm not the champion, I should be somewhere in that kind of, somewhere in there. Because just because we finished our business over here in Dragon Pro, we still have business to finish in IWA. Now, I'm not going to look past, Big Bad Broke Daddy or whatever the fuck his name is, because I know he's got a lot of stupid stuff to say about me and whatever. And the fact that I may or may not show up to that match is still up in the air, because, I'm a busy person. I got things I got to do. I saw his little interview, and I heard all the dumb shit that he had to say. But let's be honest. I'm being honest. He's a joke. I can care less about what he thinks. He beat me in a tag team match that he didn't even win. His partner did. That was the first one. Then he challenges me in a mixed tag match, which they lost. Then he challenged me over there, like his buddy Jordan challenged me, and I was like, fine. I put my career on the line. What happened? I smoked Jordan. Then just because Ricky Silverspoon beat me in a tag match, I was gracious enough to give him a shot at the South American Championship in the style of match that he beat me in a submission match. And what happened? I smoked him. The fact that I'm not giving him this opportunity and the fact that I'm not making him worth my time is all on him. You see, Ricky and Jordan were warriors. They didn't play any jokes. They didn't say anything stupid. They fought me as a warrior. This clown likes to say jokes, likes to crack jokes, likes to play games, likes to call people names, likes to say stupid things. And, he can say what he wants, but at the end of the day, I'm not impressed. He's a paper champion. I feel like he likes to say that he won that title back on his own and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, whatever. But the fact that every match that we've been in, he's needed help to beat me, says volumes about what kind of champion he is. So, yeah, I may show up. I may not show up. I can care less what the billboard says. I can care less what the GM Mighty has to say. I am number one contender. And if I don't want to fight him, I'm not going to. But that's Frost talking.
Oh, look at Frost big now. I should have a damn statue in IWA by now. A title is the least I should receive. I agree with Big Broke Baby Daddy, though he's dirt. Those come from Leo Blade. Welcome, Mills Milligan. Welcome, John Robertson. Welcome, Jay Saray.
Leo can agree with him if he wants to, and I have no problem with that. But the fact of the matter is that I've already beaten all of them. I don't need to waste my time on a joke like Big Bad Baby Daddy. Like, no one has given me a reason why I should even consider taking that match. Why? Because to be the champion, I can wait for somebody else to win that title. That's a worthy opponent, somebody that's not a clown to take that title. And then I can go off and do that. Who cares what they think? With the back of their minds, they're thinking that what? Just because I couldn't fight, I couldn't beat Big Bad Broke Daddy? Man, please. He uses the same submission move that I do. So that proves that he's nothing but a thief. And
Leo Blade suggested here's a reason: retire him.
If he agrees to that match, that's the only way I accept it. I will accept that match.
Damn!
I will accept that match. I will accept that match. But it goes both ways. The winner gets the title. The loser leaves IWA.
Oh.
Make it happen.
Damn. I could actually book that. I could actually book that.
I will accept
I'm a GM now, so I can actually book that. Hold on.
I will accept that match. And Leo, regardless of whether or not we're tag team partners, whether or not we have history, I know he's going to call it right down the middle. However, I'm not gonna make this no simple match. Since this is a title, this is their pay-per-view. It's this title versus career thing, whatever. He wants to make it in the Hell in a Cell. We'll make it 2 out of 3 submission in the cell.
All right, hey, I'm gonna run this by Mighty for sure and see if Big Bag Baby Daddy accepts. Because I am a GM, I can make matches now. He gave me that responsibility, so I can book this.
I'll agree to that match right there. I'll agree to that match. Oh, and I know he had a lot to say about Jackie and Kyla and whatever. And, you know, Jackie wants her revenge on Kyla because whatever. But don't let Jackie forget it's because of Kyla that she had to get that surgery on her arm, and she was walking around in a sling for a couple of months. So don't let that same shit happen to her again for running her mouth for that broke ass baby daddy. You know, it can happen really quick. And like I said, Kyla's not coming alone because Akira is coming to IWA to back her up.
I have no doubt about that. And I would just like to respond to John Robinson real quick where he said, you put their career up, that's nuts. Here's the thing, man. That kind of gives it more incentive for somebody. Personally, when you're putting your career on the line, that's a pretty big incentive. I don't know if that's nuts. That's just showing that you have balls to even put it on the line.
I know my abilities. I know what I can do. I know I can walk in and walk out as I can walk in as champion, walk out as champion. I know I can walk in as number one contender and walk out as champion. You win some, you lose some. But when major stakes are on the line, you pull everything out. And that
Indeed.
It is not just me. It's not just me leading. It is me and Kyla. If we lose, we are out. If I lose this match, we are out. If I win, I get the title. Bye-bye, Big Bad Baby Daddy. Bye-bye. You're gone.
Godspeed then, says Jonathan Robertson, and Leo Blade says that's what we call best for business. And I think Jay Saray is trying to say this coffee is hot or this pot is hot. I would assume. I'm assuming it's a putt.
I want to see, Miss J, I want to know if you had a chance to go back and watch your match, because your match set the tone for Wrestlekingdom. And all I got to say is, damn, girl. That's all I got to say.
Was a hell of a matchup.
That chocolate thunder hit her with the hit. I call that the chocolate cake smash. I don't know what y'all want to call it, but y'all can call it what y'all want. The day she came in, she hit her with the chocolate cake, and then she walked out.
I know you're going to like this one for only the fact of because Leo's here to hear it. How does it feel to hold both the DPW South American Championship and IWA US Championship?
I remember somebody saying about taking Yeller out into the backwoods and shooting Yeller. Do you remember that? I remember that.
I was here when it was said.
Leo, come on up, bro. Come on up. Send him a request. Come on up, Leo.
He's gonna have to send me one. He's gonna have to send me one because it's not popping up for him. But he could join in. I'm surprised he hasn't.
Didn't he say that he was going to take out Yeller? Didn't he say that he was going to take Yeller out to the woodshed to put a bullet in Yeller? Even during my intro, he said, come on, Yeller, let's get down here and get it done. And then what happened? Leo got attacked by Cujo, and Cujo mauled his ass. It's all right, though.
Welcome, Mr. Slater. The Savage One has faith in you, Frost. And Miss Saray, it was DPW Wrestlekingdom that passed. How much? It wasn't too long ago, like a few days ago. I would say.
It was. Yeah, it was Sunday. They opened up the show. Yep, she opened up the show.
That was a hell of a matchup. Hell of a matchup to open.
Yeah, she opened it up with Lisa, and that was just like she asked for, 2 out of 3. The weapons, I don't know why she had to add the shoe in there, because nobody pulled out the shoe. The Lucha, whatever that.
I thought
that Mexican
they were
shoe
gonna pull
thing
out the
is.
chocolate.
I thought they were gonna pull that out too, but I know. Jay said that woman needed some sun. She beat the brakes off of her, and then she had her laying up in the lights, getting a tan, and she walked out with her belt. So I was like, man, I keep telling y'all better not sleep on Jay. Even Kyber looked at that match and shook her head and was like, I told you, don't fuck with Jay.
Most indeed, and she showed why she is a former champion and why she is the champion now. She was bloodied and battered, but now that just makes you wonder who will step up and win.
So let
Now that you've, huh?
Let me ask you, what was match of the night for night 2? I know you said, I know you wasn't trying to be biased, but now that we went through the entire card, honestly, what was your match of the night?
I already told you it was the Leo and CJ one.
I'm not gonna be biased. That was to me match of the night, but I'm also going to say I'm gonna name 3 matches that was my match of the night. One was obviously Leo and Frost. One was
and you said the Jack Graves triple threat.
Jack Graves triple threat. That was an amazing match, and I definitely want to add in there the women's Fatal 4-Way tag team match. Those are my 3 favorite matches. Like all the matches, like I said, congratulations to everybody. All the matches were amazing. All the matches were a spectacle to see because, like I said, the numbers proved that everybody liked what we was doing. I always want to say I appreciate everybody for what they did, for coming out, for, representing Dragon Pro, because without them, without you, it ain't, I'm just a weird dude recording videos and streaming them. So, like, y'all like what I do, so, I always want to say thank you.
And we thank you for the stuff you put out there and produce for us to even have a chance to watch it. Incredible, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to see what happens with everybody next. Like I said, I don't know what the other shows have planned for their next pay-per-views and stuff like that, because we all agreed that we're going to, we all run our separate pay-per-views or whatever. I know Rail is going to be, me and Rail is going to do a joint pay-per-view. So whenever I run one, some of my matches are going to be from his show as well. So expect a lot of his. So some of the matches on Bring the Violence will be from Face Off as well. But other than that, and Johnny's going to run his night of Wrestlekingdom this week.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Stay tuned for another night of Wrestlekingdom from the Crazy King himself, Johnny Superkicks.
Absolutely. So other than that, I'm good, bro. I got everything out there. It's gonna be great.
I have 2 more questions for you.
Oh, let me hear them.
Now that you've secured the stipulation, how do you plan to enjoy your reign as DPW South American Champion without worrying about Leo Blade's challenge?
So, like I said earlier, Mr. Davis has decided to move Mr. Blade into that King of Dragons division. I am not in that division. I am focused on bringing up and, defending the South American Championship. I know that Ricky Otunga is a young, hungry, and capable competitor to take that title from me. Let's just see if he can actually do it. And now that Leo is in that King of the Mountain division, I'm just saying it right now. Y'all better be worried about this man, because at any moment in time, if he decides that he wants to go for that title, he's already proven that he can do it. It's all a matter of time. And whatever happens from here on forward, to me, is what's best for business.
Most indeed. And you are a man that is about business and not afraid to get down in the dirty. And as we approach our last question and final one of the night, sir, looking back on the match, what do you think was the turning point that allowed you to gain the upper hand and ultimately win?
The fact that there was a couple of spots in that match, like I'm telling you, y'all can watch the match 100 times. I stand on this. That referee counted past 10 more than once for both of them. Like, I don't know if it was like, I don't know if she stopped because we were getting up and she kept on doing the hand movement or whatever. But you only take so many of those fingers down the throat before you get to pass out. And
Yeah.
And he blocked one, but he ate two of them. I ate the RKO. I really thought that when he hit me with the RKO, I was out. I was like, I'm done. You know, just wrap it up, put the title in the bow for him. Here we go. And the fact that I got up, I was like, wow, these guys are going to have to take it to a whole new level to keep each other down. And it was like I said, you can only take one too many fingers down the throat.
And you put on a war with him, and you two put on a banger from start to finish. That show was incredible. I am very excited to have watched Wrestle Kingdom 3. Thank you to everybody that was there, and good matches all around.
Okay.
Good matches. Shocks versus Briggs was a good one. I have to say, one of my honorable mentions, a close second, was Briggs versus Shock. Not gonna lie.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say the same thing. The only thing that would have made it better is that Briggs would have came to me with a stipulation or a decent manner, then maybe it would have been a better one. I asked Briggs 3 times what kind of stipulation, and he said, leave it up to me. 2 out of 3. That's the best I can do, because all championship matches are going to be 2 out of 3 if nobody decides on what they want to do. Like, he could pick ambulance plan. That would have been dope if it was the ambulance plan.
I don't think the ambulance would have contained them. What are you talking about?
I agree, but I feel like the man dropped it, and I agree with him too, because a lot of people running around calling themselves king, whatever. So him dropping the king name and calling himself the beast makes him stand out more. Now he needs to be and he's proven that he is that beast. Now let's see what happens with his people that he has chosen to be in this fatal 4-way, because we both talked about it. You said I can change the list around or whatever, but there was one person on that list, and it was one person during our conversations that he really wanted to face, and that is Mr. Gorilla Cruz. So Gorilla Cruz will be in that fatal 4-way. But at number
we were just talking about how they could have faced when we first brought up Gorilla.
Absolutely. And he is somebody that, like, in Briggs, like, I look at him like this. Briggs, Ross, Mythic, Anderson, we don't really go out and just challenge people. Like, people usually challenge us. Like, we're not the ones that go out and challenge people. So for him to be like, I want to face Gorilla Cruz, which Gorilla Cruz is a former 2-time champion over here, you know what? Who am I to say no? I feel like, but at the same time, I'm not just going to give Cruz that championship match. He's got to earn it. So that fatal 4-way elimination, you never know who else is in that match. You never know. Me and Mr. Briggs, we talked about a few people that was on that list. One of them is not on the roster, so that one had to be taken out. But the other people that he put on that list, I can see any one of them facing him for that title. And all I gotta say is, when y'all want to see who's on that list, stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting one.
Most indeed, and ladies and gentlemen, that was The Shadows Within with Mr. Davis himself, who gave us a fantastic show with Dev hosting another night, and also Johnny will be hosting another night coming up this week on the weekend. Sir, before we sign off here, do you have anything else you would like to say in closing thoughts?
Cool. Well, I would like to say once again, thank you for everybody. Thank you, Mr. Light, for allowing me up here. Thank you for the people that come out to watch the shows and everything. Because like I said before, it's without y'all that we are just weird guys streaming wrestling and talking to ourselves. So once again, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Stay tuned for Nitro this weekend. I am told that Mr. Davis may or may not be in the arena this weekend. But he does have some things he would like to say going into the next pay-per-view. And we got some new superstars debuting on this weekend on Nitro. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. The new tag team that I have coming in, all I gotta say is Leo and Frost. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have y'all work cut out for y'all. Eat the Wheaties, and let's see who challenges you guys for the tag team titles. Now, Frost will have to defend the tag team titles and the South American Championship at Bring the Violence pay-per-view. So that's for business, and that's it.
Thank you, sir. We hope to have you on here again in the future. And everybody else, have a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be, and